Our third mental math addition strategy is add the hundreds. My first problem is 345 plus 300. To start, make sure that I am pulling out the correct group of digits. I'm going to write my number in expanded form. The 3 in the hundreds place has a value of 300. The 4 in the tens place has a value of 40. And the 5 in the ones place has a value of 5. And I can see very clearly now that my 300 plus the 300 that I am adding is in the same place value. So those are both numbers that have hundreds. So when I decompose my number, I'm going to pull out those hundreds. And that leaves me with 4 tens and 5 ones, which has a value of 45. Or 40 plus 5 over here in my expanded form. So now I can go ahead and do the first step in the addition, create the first addition number sentence, and I'm going to add my hundreds. Remember, this addition sign means that we are going to have an answer that is greater than either number that we started with. 300s plus another 300s is 600s. Now that I have my hundreds for my answer, I need to add back in my tens and my ones. So 600 plus 45. And since I have no tens or hundreds in 600, I'm just going to add those 4 tens and 5 ones straight into that number. So my first step is to decompose based on what I am adding. So here I'm adding hundreds. So I'm going to break out my hundreds and put my tens and ones off to the left. Then I'm going to add my hundreds. And then I have not used this 45. These other three numbers I have used because we used 345 and to decompose this number 345. So we're going to kind of forget this number right now. So I've circled 2 of those numbers, so I only have to use that 45. And that is how I included it in my last number sentence. So I'm going to add everything together to find my sum. So my sum, since I start with 3 digits, in our add the hundred strategy, should also have 3 digits. Hundreds, tens, and ones. Let's try another example. I have 213 plus 500. Because I am adding a number that has hundreds, I'm going to decompose my number from the hundreds and then my tens and ones separately. So my next step then is to add my hundreds. I'm going to circle those, and those 2 numbers are my first number sentence. 5 and 2 more is 7. So if I have 500s plus 200s, that is 700s. Now my third step is to add everything back together. So 700 plus 13 is 713. Go ahead and try a problem on your own. 478 plus 300. When you're ready, unpause the video and check your work. I wrote 478 in expanded form just to make sure that I was adding my correct numbers. Then I circle the 2 numbers I'm going to add first, which is the hundreds, since I am adding the hundreds is the name of the strategy. That helps me not only know what I'm adding first, but also how to decompose my number. And so my first number sentence is 400 plus 300 is 700, and then I add my tens and ones back into my new hundreds, and that gives me 778.